So Afghanistan has permanently banned women from education. And some people want to debate religion. It's not religion. It's backlash. Whenever women gain education, autonomy, or a public voice, anywhere in the world, systems that depend on their obedience respond by tightening control. Sometimes it looks like laws, sometimes it looks like beauty standards like skinny culture, sometimes it looks like traditional values making a comeback. But it's the same impulse, power panicking. And here's something else we don't say out loud. You don't just control women through violence. You control them through fatigue, by overwhelming them with domestic labor, by privatizing childcare, by praising motherhood while refusing to support it. A woman who is exhausted doesn't organize. She survives. And then we act confused when she doesn't have the energy to fight the system crushing her. This is why men's participation in the home actually matters. Not as a favor, but as a political act. Because women are literally birthing humanity and then being crushed under the weight of sustaining it alone. And when men cling to macho identities that say caregiving is beneath them, they're not protecting order. They're protecting a hierarchy that depends on women burning out. And some women are noticing that obedience was never morality, that exhaustion was never accidental, that compliance was mistaken for consent, and noticing that none of this is natural. In South Korea, there's the 4B movement. Women opting out of dating, sex, marriage, and childbirth under conditions that exploit them. Not because they hate men, but because they finally did the math. If I birth a world that oppresses me, why would I continue to birth it? And underneath all of this is a fear that no one wants to admit. I've heard more than one man say that if women were actually free, the world would go to hell. And I need you to understand what that means. It means that my liberation is imagined as your apocalypse. My dignity is treated like a disaster scenario. And that's not just hurtful, it's cruel. Because it traps women in an impossible position. If I stay small, obedient, and exhausted, the world is stable. If I want rest, safety, autonomy, and choice, I'm accused of destroying civilization. That's an enormous burden to place on a human being, to be told your freedom is too dangerous to risk. And the irony is, the fear isn't actually about chaos. It's about the unknown. A world where women aren't crushed under patriarchy is unfamiliar. And people who benefit from the current order mistake unfamiliarity with catastrophe. So when you hear someone say women's liberation would destroy society, what they're really saying is they can't imagine a world that doesn't revolve around their comfort. And instead of questioning that fear, they ask women to carry it, to stay small so they can feel safe. And that's what women are noticing. And when you notice it, it's very hard to unsee.